Today was the first chance Pirate Nation got to see the 2019 ECU football team in action. Soledad O'Brien talked to ECU students today about the importance of using social media platforms. This form, filed by lawyers investigating ECU Interim Chancellor Dan Gerlach, requests video surveillance footage. The 8-hour standoff is done and no word on if charges will be filed, but law enforcement officers say that no one was harmed and require pregnant women to drive 30 miles to deliver their babies. Clayton, those students just finished dinner, and for many of them, that was the first hot meal that they've had in a while. As Halloween evening poured into morning, an ECU student found herself in the back of an unfamiliar car.
As soon as she got in that vehicle, she realized that was not the place she needed to be.
Greenville police say a 20-year-old ECU student got into a car at 5 Points Plaza with people she thought were friends of her friends.
One thing led to another. She ended up reaching out to her friends through her cell phone.
An act that Greenville Police Chief Mark Holtzman says may have kept the situation from getting worse. She sent her friend her location through text messages, and they were able to follow the car until it reached the Camelot Inn.
One of the girls in the car got out and was able to run up and sort of had some quick exchange there, I think verbally, at the vehicle where the victim was being held. The victim was able to get out of the vehicle. They ran back to their car. They drove out of the area really quick and called the police.
These two men are now jailed on charges related to the kidnapping, and Holtzman says this case is a reminder to always be careful and have a plan to get home safely. Hannah Jeffries, WITN News. Sun, sand, and sunny days. Summertime is in full swing. But this season starts with the fear that remains in the back of everyone's head as they inch deeper and deeper into the water.
There has been a shark attack. There's somebody in the water bleeding.
19-year-old Austin Reed surfing at Ocean Isle Beach, North Carolina, when a shark bit into his right foot.
It was like a lot of pressure on my foot, and it kind of tugged me down.
After the attack, Reed's friend and mother helped him to shore. An emergency room nurse, his mother made a tourniquet from a beach towel while his sister called 911.
My ER brain went, oh, it's just his foot. I'm like, any arteries, he's going to be okay.
The shark bite comes more than a week after a similar attack 150 miles up the coast in Atlantic Beach. 17-year-old Paige Winters was swimming with her father when she was bitten by a shark. Her father forced to punch the shark's head until it released its grip, the teen losing her leg and fingers in the attack. Despite the attacks, both teens are in high spirits. Winters encouraging people continue to respect the sharks, and for Reed, no shark can keep him out of the water.
I got bit by a shark, and it got me pretty good, but I'm still going to go out in the water just because I love to do it.
Officials say while we cannot prevent shark attacks, there are tips swimmers can follow to decrease the threat. One of the most important, avoid swimming at dawn and dusk when sharks are feeding in the shallow water. Hannah Jeffries, NBC News.
Throw them in there, throw them in there, throw them in there.
So we burned their mortgage tonight, and it was a big party.
Friends and family gathered around the fire pit to burn a copy of 4 homeowners' mortgages. The burning symbolizes the new homeowner's final mortgage payment. Homeowner Tawana Smith says it feels good to drop that paper into the fire.
Just to know that I never thought the day would come that I would actually say, okay, this is it, this is it.
Betsy McDonald, the homeowner service coordinator with Habitat for Humanity, says this type of ceremony is pretty unusual for a lending company.
We're not traditional at all. So that's why we do a celebration, because they're part of the Habitat family. We just want to always celebrate their big wins.
Sally Barrett helped build her home and put in over 350 hours of labor into it.
It's been a hard go, a hard blow, but thank God I made it. Another question.
Monthly mortgage payments never exceed 30% of that owner's monthly gross income, and Habitat uses that money to give back to Craven County.
We take those mortgage payments and we use them to fund our next bill.
Barrett thanks God that her house is paid for.
I don't have the job, but at least the house is paid for.
If you're interested and want to see if you can qualify for homeownership, contact Habitat for Humanity.
The moon. Oh, I've been there.
50 years ago today, 3 men made history.
3, 2, 1.
Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, and Michael Collins were the first to cross the finish line and conquer the space race.
One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Pilot Collins saying the magnificent sight for him wasn't just the moon.
The whole show was the Earth, tiny little Earth. I mean, the moon, magnificent though it was, I could turn my back on it.
The past still alive in the memory of one astronaut.
Hey, Houston, I got the world in my window.
A mission that united the nation and took 400,000 people from 20,000 companies in every state to pull off.
It took engineers, manufacturers, and technicians more than 10 years to design the 21 layers of fabric, rubber, metal, and fiber glass.
The suit of Armstrong, a token of the past, moon dust, stains, and all.
We definitely wanted to keep it in the best shape it could be, but also preserve the story of it.
A trip that brought America together. Man not stopping at the moon. Hannah Jeffries, NBC News.